Hi, welcome. In this not typical setting, at least not for me. Welcome to my Minecraft beta world. World that I have started roughly 2 years ago. And why am I seeing you here? You may ask. Well, it's because this Minecraft world has been my mental sanctuary for all that time it has been existing. It was a place, well, okay, yeah. Thankfully it didn't explode. Yeah, as I was saying, it was a place where I would often go when I was feeling low or when I was feeling lost in my life. And yeah, it has always provided me calm place to go to where the outside world was always a bit extreme, let's say. I thought that maybe recording it in this world, this video, after such a long break and updating you guys on things that has been going in my life will be adequate and will help me do that. So that's why I'm seeing you here, and yeah, in the meantime, you may also view some fun things instead of my rambling all the time. So it is now, I think, 5 months, almost half a year since I made the last video on my channel. I am thinking about my channel almost all the time. I think, and I remember and think of what I can do, and that's part of the problem why I don't record anymore, at least not as much. The thing is, a lot has been going in my life recently. I got to a new relationship about 3 months ago, maybe 4 even, roughly around when I stopped recording. And yeah, and the relationship took almost all my free time I had left in my life, which made me stop focus on other things I actually enjoy doing. Well, not as much as the previous relationship. I did work on that to not lose myself in another person, but still I did not have that much time left to work on my project and keep up with uni work and actually keep up with anything at this point. So yes, my channel went first down, and I did not maintain it until now. And I'm doing it now because I'm not into that relationship anymore. I'm not actually in this relationship anymore. In English work, please. Yeah, I broke up after 3 months with that person. For several reasons. Maybe I will talk about them in this video if I want to. Of course, it is not working. It's never been working after you load the world. You gotta fix it. Yeah, I guess it is working now then. So yeah, maybe I'll go into detail why I broke up with that person. Yeah, so I was with this girl in this relationship, and at the beginning I thought it is going to be fun. I mean, that girl was confident and went to a lot of places, which I don't do actually in my life. I rather sit indoors in my room, do my stuff. Like, I don't know, recently I set up my home server and actually my NAS server as well in a Docker. Yeah, and I stay indoors to do things like that, or like play this world when times are stressful, or like, I don't know, watch movie, whatever. the thing is, I don't go outside very often, and when I do, it's kind of big deal, either for uni or for meet up with friends. And so happened similarly with this girl. I was usually going out only to meet her. I was skeleton right here. Nice. 3 arrows. Yeah, and I was going out with her so much actually that I nearly stopped being indoors in my room, which was always also my another sanctuary, but in a real life. Yeah, this is my sanctuary as well, but like virtual one. And yeah, I stopped being in my room. I was nearly all the time outside. I also stopped spending time with my family. I try to still, but it was being harder and harder. And yeah, I also sacrificed a bit time with my friends to spend time with her. But at the end of the day, it didn't really work out. And that's mostly because she wasn't as confident as I believed she was. There were many things that actually did not work between us and that were still an undecided thing for her, which made our relationship really, how do I put it in the words, very shallow, I would say. We did have the bond at the beginning, of course, but the bond stopped developing after like a month already, in my opinion. So, yeah. I thought I would wait for her. I would wait for her to decide on those important things that were stopping us from going any further in this relationship, but there was no progress, and she couldn't even, she couldn't tell when that the time would come, if it would be in months, on years. She couldn't tell at all. And those were important things that relationship actually is built upon, like a worldview or religion. Oh, I forgot I did the idea board. That's nice. I forgot about it. Yeah, that idea board is here because this is my experimental research hall, building that I use mostly to experiment different styles of building. That arch you could see in the tunnel in that base, and this is the design of the lighthouse machine. Yeah, so that's why this idea board right here. Yeah, but going back on the main topic, those important things that she couldn't decide on were not only, but in most part, religion. And religion is kind of important when you're building a life with someone else. It's good to know what you're building on, you know. And I'm not a religious person myself. I'm consider myself as an atheist, but that's, yeah, something like that at least. I thought that if I talked with that girl about religion stuff and like exchange our visions, she would eventually come to terms with something. I didn't know if I could, build a relationship with a religious person, but I stayed because I had hoped that, well, maybe, somehow it's gonna work out, right? So I stayed and I waited, but change did not really come anytime soon. So that drained me a lot emotionally, and yeah, because our relationship was already shallow enough for me, and I needed more from it, more affection, and it didn't work out really. Also, she wasn't sure of her feelings at the end of the day, it turned out. And yeah, I kind of felt used for determining her worldview. So I broke up with her, and here I am now again in my mental sanctuary, where I can think and kind of clarify my mind. And yeah, after I broke up, I got back to what I loved doing, and I recently actually discovered I love doing, which was a lot of programming in a way. I ditched Windows and switched to Linux and tried out different distros and window managers, and that took a lot of work. Yeah, only recently now everything's kind of working, is in order finally, and I get time to relax and kind of ease off from this work. And I was watching one of these videos of Monksters. He's making this serious relaxing alpha gameplay video, something like that. And listening to him talk about his thoughts and ramble, basically, it made me rethink about the value of this channel I had, because the aim of this channel for a long time, and the main actually reason I was doing videos, was to kind of help people find comfort in this very troubled world. And kind of find a cozy corner in their internet to just open a video and ease off, relax, just as I do in this world. And I thought that, well, in the situation I'm in, could it be better to actually get back to my channel and start making videos again? I tried to make a video on this channel a month ago, but I didn't have energy or time to finish it. I did record everything. It was about fixing a broken hinge in my X230. I needed to replace it, and I was rumbling there as well. But knowing that the place I am right now, the situation I'm in right now, the rumbling there are kind of outdated. So I won't even bother editing the video. It will just go to my trash bin. But yeah, that's why I'm making this video, to kind of get back to what I love doing, actually. Yeah, because I, again, think kind of forget what I love doing. You know, past relationships are great lessons to get to know yourself, but also the world, I think. I've been so far in 2 serious relationships. Both of them really taught me a big lesson. Actually, lessons plural. Those were many lessons. The first one mostly taught me about, yeah, that happens, I guess. The first one taught me mostly about not losing myself in a relationship, in a way that I gotta stay somewhat myself. I gotta stay to my values and to what I love doing, to not lose what I consider as myself. Because that happened in that relationship. After breakup, I felt that I am no one, basically, without her. So in this relationship, I wanted to do it a bit differently, and also I wanted to stay in touch with other people, which haven't really happened in the previous one. and it worked. I think thanks to me staying in touch with my friends and family, I could get a more ground up perspective on this relationship, and quickly realized that it wasn't it. And this relationship, this recent one, I think it's still teaching me a lesson. I'm still not fully on terms with it. I'm figuring out what has been going on and what not. But what I realized very recently about this relationship is that I may not have lost myself, but I've been with the wrong person. And what I mean by that is that staying by my values became like a chore. I still did that, knowing what happened in my last relationship, but staying with my values and with what I love doing became a hassle and a task needed to be completed. It became very difficult to be myself, because me and that girl were very different at the end of the day. Yeah, and I think my main takeaway from this one would be to be with a person who at least kind of resembles your hobbies or your personality. To stay in touch with that person and to stay in touch with yourself, and so that it wouldn't be like a difficult task to do, that when you meet with that person you are actually yourself. That's your default option. And I tried to do that in that relationship, but it was just so hard, because we did not have that many things to relate to, apparent for some of my smaller interests, like architecture, for example. I mean, you can kind of see in this world I try to implement some architecture designs, mostly from real life. This one, for example, this building, this cabin, is kind of like a memory snapshot, let's say, flashback maybe. This is a cabin, or actually this building is based off a real life cabin of my ex, not this one but the other one, where I stayed with her for a week, and it was a very, very fun time, very joyful. Still a very fond memory of mine. And as a tribute, I know, I built this cabin trying to replicate it as much as I could. And also my second goal for this building was to go back to it whenever I needed without going to that place, which was actually very, very far from where I live. Yeah, and I built that when I was still with my girlfriend back then, with my ex. But yeah, we broke up, and that building became kind of like, again, another sanctuary, let's say. I just go back here whenever I need comfort, because I felt in real life very comforted by this building. And I brought it to this world to kind of try feel the same thing, and it kind of works. Obviously not like the real life, but it kind of works. That's why it's also kind of cut off from this. We're using with these big trees from the rest of the world. And I try to put it in a remote place. That's why the minecart goes so far. But I kind of broke this idea building that city out there. Yeah, so going back to the main topic on hand, I think that you should be with someone who actually helps you be yourself, and it is not a hassle to be around them, and that you may feel excited to see them, of course. I'm not not that you don't, but also time you spend with that person shouldn't feel it shouldn't feel tiring, I think, because I had great time with my ex, but yeah, it was tiring to keep up with a lot of things. Actually, it just didn't match well with the lifestyle I was living before I got into it. And sure, you need to sacrifice some things for the relationship. It's not like that ideal person will just pop into your life and you won't have to do anything. No, but I think the price I paid for this relationship, even though smaller than the previous one, was still a tad too high. I still couldn't really be myself as much as I wanted to, because I think being introverted kind of forces us to, maybe not forces us, but I think we have that need to just be with ourselves from time to time, in our own little worlds, and to kind of regenerate or something. And I really couldn't do that with uni and going out with her so much, because I also don't live in a town where I have uni. I need to commute every day. It's quite a long day, quite a long way actually. And she was also living in another town, and I had to commute to her to spend time with her, and that became very tiring over time. The relationship lasted only 3 months, so I have not grown attached as much as I did before. But it kind of still messes up with my brain in a way. I found myself going back to memories from way before, which I hadn't revised, I guess. we can call that way. I haven't revised for a very long time. I was actually okay without thinking about them, but I found myself needing to remember certain memories that are quite deep and personal for me, to find comfort in them, which was very strange, strange behavior pattern. I noticed myself, but I also noticed another difference in this relationship I had just now with the relationship I had like 2 years ago. My previous relationship, although it was a bit more toxic, actually way more toxic, but at least at the beginning of it, I felt loved actually. I needed to remember that over and over again, but when I remember this stuff, I noticed that I felt loved back then, and that was not the case with my previous relationship. That was something a bit different. It felt more structured and engineered rather than, like I think love should be more embedded in feelings and stuff. It felt kind of just artificial in a way, and that also hurt me in a way. But hopefully now that I can kind of ease off and relax and sit back and think about the stuff, I will be going back to this channel with some new content. I don't want to feel like okay, I don't want to feel forced into making it, but I also want to, that dream of creating that safe, cozy corner on internet has always been there and is still there. So hopefully nothing will stand in my way again. it will. I'm certain it will. But let's hope. And yeah, I'm not sure where I should be going with this channel. I mean, I kind of know where I want to go. I still want to keep it in like tech genre, fixing my computer and stuff like that. And yeah, but I'm not sure if I should implement more Minecraft gameplay. I think I'm not cut out for this kind of stuff. Yeah, but I guess let me know if such video is okay to watch. I guess what I want to say is good luck, friends. I love you all, and let's not lose hope in this tough world. I'm sure we can find happiness in it, as long as we are searching for it. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Don't want to ramble too much about it, but I think I rambled enough. And I hope this will be a good enough explanation of what was going on for past 5 months. Yeah. I should also add at the end, I know, I should also add that I finished my second semester, so yeah, I'll be going into third. For now, I have summer break time. For now, I'm also at the summer job, but I will be going on a few trips, so I might not be fully back with videos, but I will try to upload something every other month, maybe. We'll see how frequently, but way frequently than 5 months. Well, anyways, I won't be keeping you any longer here. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you in another video. And yeah, smile, stranger. Let's spread smiles across the world. So yeah, bye bye.